Yeah, hello Internet. In this video I would like to spot these important weeks we are living in. The Great Reset, big changes, new ways of living, modern tech and money systems are being installed. And as everything must be done in the spiritual realms first, we look a moment at these 40 days of Beltane we are in. The Beltane period is one of the most secret and sacred human sacrifice events during this year. Its 40-day cycle starts on March 22nd and ends on May 1st. And the main phase, the end phase, begins at sunset on April 30 and lasts until sunrise on May 1st. Beltane is the opposite of Halloween on the satanic calendar, as Halloween is a time of harvest, while Beltane is a time of rebirth. And this sacred Beltane period is a time for the system to celebrate Sumerian god Enlil, also called Baal. So you see the name Beltane. The most important days run from April 19 till May 1st, and this is a 13-day cycle that is very significant for the Baal worship. So April 19 is the first day of this 13-day period, and it is related to fire. So we see fires for the god Baal, Molech, and also for what the Romans called the god Satan, evil. It is under the sign of blood sacrifice to the beast, and on April 19, fire sacrifices are very, very important and required worldwide. This day is one of the most important sacrifice days, and you can find many things that happened on that day if you look at the historical events. Beltane, we can trace it back to the worship of Baal in the ancient Near East, and the worship of Baal can be traced back to the ancient king of Babylon, known as the Sumerian sources as Enmarkar, or in the Bible called Nimrod. He established the very first New World Order in ancient times, and he fundamentally changed the course of human history. After he died, the ancient king of Babylon was eventually worshipped as the sun god under a whole series of different names. We know them as Marduk, Osiris, Apollo, and many more. Many secret societies and occult groups believe that this ancient deity will one day rise again and once more take the place as a ruler of our world. And Christian scholars are fully convinced that there is some kind of connection between the ancient figure of Nimrod and the coming Antichrist, which is invoked to come in 2020. And there was a ritual in the end of April, but the ritual was not very successful, so it was stopped. So is it only a coincidence that in New York, Washington and London and in many other places high copies of the Temple of Baal were erected, and that was in April 2016. So many believe that these are welcoming signs for the Antichrist to show the world that his arrival is coming. So we have to see, even if you don't believe in this, all this religious or ancient history stuff, many secret societies and occult groups and elites, they believe in this historical stuff. They take it very seriously. And we as humanity are not initiated in this secret knowledge. And unknowingly, sometimes we are part of those gatherings and rituals and sacrifice and opening gates rituals, and even if they are not very good for us and they can be dangerous. And many you see are participating like in big events like pop concerts or esoteric gatherings where they dance, and it is all a ritual for pushing the dark control of the earth. So if you look at the end of April, we see there are many days where we see there's a lot of royal marriages happening or other important celebrations. And everyone knows the night of April 30, where it is called in Europe, it is Walpurgis night, and it is a very high day on the Druidic witchcraft calendar, and we see lots of fires and festivals and everything. So it is interesting to know that many countries have around May 1st, they have certain festivities, like they put an old a tree in the middle of a village and they dance around, and it is all about rebirth. So you see the man dancing in one direction and the female, the women dancing in another direction, and it is actually a celebration of Beltane, since fertility is required. There is a connection with the earth goddess, and this maypole is also the phallic symbol, and the circle dances around it symbolize the female sex organ. So it is all around rebirth. Then we have a connection with the communism, and you see that the communism have chosen this day, the 1st of May, as May Day or labor-related day, and I think not many people know what the purpose is that communism is created. It is definitely created, so there can be control on humanity. So please look into this. I always want to give us my videos like impulses, so you can do your own research, you look into things, you get things like I bring them to your attention, and then you can see what these 40 days of Beltane, what they mean to you. And remember that the Illuminati, they need war, and war is big form of sacrifice too, for it kills many people. So blood sacrifice in war is immense. And if you look now and how the day started, look at last year we had that nobody could fly anymore at 0 hours, the 22nd of March, all the air traffic stopped. And this year we had already shootings, and there was the blockage of the whole the produce coming from China, and the oil in the Suez Canal, and there's many things. Just look at the days, what is happening, and how the people that want to invoke the reset and change the rules, how they use these days of high rituals to bring it upon us. So I hope you can find some impulses in it. Please subscribe, like it, and I will do some little videos. I will try to do them like 2, maximum 3 minutes, give you an impulse, tell you in links where you can go and have more information about it, or listen to someone who speaks about it, and see you again.